Hi, and welcome to Gwent and the Northern Realms Starter Deck Beginner's Guide. I am Average Jokard Malcavic, and I am joined by
the other Average Jokard, Gutterball.
So, today I'm going to teach Gutterball, who hasn't seen Gwent before, how to play Gwent, and give you, the viewer, a beginner's guide to the starter deck. And as promised in the Nilfgaard video, I'm going to start with Northern Realms. So, as you can see in front of us here, this is the Northern Realms starter deck. And if I'm completely honest, the starter deck's not great. And none of the starter decks are particularly good, to be completely honest. They're all about just throwing minions out on the board and hoping you can win. But at the lower ranks, that's all you need until you've got a few kegs under your belt and you can start crafting things. Things to point out in this deck: Scorch is probably going to be the card that swings the game for you the most, because that destroys the strongest non-gold unit on the battlefield. That can hit your own unit, so be mindful of that. But if you've got an opponent with a very big minion, scorching it is probably the best way to win. Other than that, using your leader's ability, the starting leader for Northern Realms is Foltest, which copies a bronze unit on the battlefield, so you'd get an exact copy of it. So if say you're copying your Eredin Knight and it was buffed from something like your Blue Stripes Scout or your Kedwani Siege support, Foltest would copy that and its buffs. For Gutterball's sake, Gwent is a card game which has three different rows. You have the melee row, the ranged row and the siege row, and you're basically trying to beat your opponent in a best of three, trying to get a high score on two of the rounds. So each of these scores in the top left hand corner is the strength of the unit, and that's what gets totaled up towards your total strength. And obviously, as I've said, the objective is to have the highest score in two of the three rounds. There are other abilities such as Epidemic, which destroys units, your Ballista, which removes strength from your opponent, which can be used to manipulate the score that your opponent has. And you've got abilities such as Swallow Potion, which buffs a card by 8, that can manipulate your own score. And this is also a good time to say, I've already mentioned Foltest's ability. The Northern Realms faction, their faction ability is every gold card that you play gains 2 strength. Now, you start with, if you're in the closed beta at least, you start with a premium Geralt. So this is a 12 strength in any other deck, but in a Northern Realms deck this would be buffed to 14 strength. So I think, without further ado, I don't really think there's much to say.
I'd say, well, one, obviously you had me when you told me it was a card game, but two, what does bronze, silver, gold actually mean? Okay,
that's a good point actually. So your bronze cards are your common cards. These are the cards that you can have up to 3 of in your deck. A deck must consist of 25 cards. It can consist up to 40, but the majority of competitive decks stick to that minimum for consistency reasons. Your silver cards are, you have 6 of these. These typically are slightly more powerful. So Sile de Tanseville, it's a good strength for that kind of card, and it also removes 4 from your opponent. So that is a 10 power swing if you think of it as putting 6 on your side and taking 4 off your opponent. You can have up to 6 of these, and the number of repetitions of that card, you can only have 1. So you will only be able to ever have 1 Sile de Tanseville in your deck. And it's the same with gold cards. Gold cards, you can only have 4 in your deck, and you can only have a maximum of 1. So you can only have 1 Geralt, and you can't have 4. But you can have 4 different gold cards. And again, Geralt or gold cards are typically stronger than silver, and typically stronger than bronze. There are cards, gold cards are typically immune to a lot of the effects that the game has. So one of the mechanics the game has is weather, and weather will reduce the strength of all non-gold units on that row to 1. So if someone was to weather the ranged row here, Sile de Tanserville would go to 1, as would the Dunbanner like Cavalry, the Blue Striped Scout, and the Reaver Scout. If they were to weather the melee row, all of these units would go to 1, however Geralt would stay at 12, because big gold card, they are naturally immune to these things. However, targetable effects such as Alzor's Thunder is only on non-gold units as well, so you couldn't remove strength from this. But there are several abilities in the game, such as one of the other Northern Realms leaders' abilities, Radovid. Radovid can remove 8 strength from any card in the game, and that includes gold cards like Geralt, so that's quite a powerful control tool for gold cards, which are very powerful and can be used multiple times, potentially.
So it sounds like something that's best seen by playing it, but just before we start, so bronze and silver cards interact with the game the same way, but gold cards are special?
Typically, yes. So the Field Medic can only resurrect a bronze non-permadeath unit.
So there are some other little...
Yeah.
Okay.
Permadeath means that whilst it goes into your graveyard, you can't resurrect it. So if I had 2 Field Medics, I couldn't Field Medic a Field Medic and then Field Medic something else.
Infinite value.
Yeah, it's to stop things like that. So without further ado then, let's jump into casual play, simply because I'm not a high enough level to actually play ranked yet. We'll see how this goes. It's probably not going to go well, but we'll see.
So you're at a level slightly above where you'd normally be using a basic deck?
Yeah, most people by now will have tweaked
Close ranks! Crush those vermin!
So this is a Foltest mirror. My opponent will almost certainly have picked better cards than I'm currently using. And let's have a look at what we've got. Premium Geralt is good, as is Redanian Knight. Dunbanner, ooh, it's now immune to weather. That's actually nice. I think let's get rid of both promotes. And let's hope we can kind of win in the first round. I don't know if Epidemic's going to be useful either. And the Swallow Potion's actually quite nice. So our opponent goes first.
How can I help?
Why is it called a Swallow Potion?
It's to do with the Swallow Potion is a potion in The Witcher 3 or The Witcher 2, well, any of the Witcher games actually, which is a potion that the Witchers, as Geralt, can drink, which gives them, I can't remember the exact effect, it's a buff in game.
What else do you do with a potion? I suppose you could rub it on like a kind of oil?
Yeah,
You get a good friend to massage it in?
So, Triss Butterfly spell is ridiculous, and the fact that my opponent has that already is not going to bode well for us. So, for those of you who don't know, Triss Butterfly spell adds 4 strength to all non-gold units in your hand, and when removes 4 gold strength from all units in your hand.
That's quite a powerful cow.
Yes, it is quite a powerful cow. I am not sure what today. Let's...
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
So, Poor Infantry has changed as of the Nilfgaard
Regroup.
patch. Now it only spawns base copies of itself rather than the buffed version, but it does spawn 2 rather than 1.
Happy coincidence from this angle I read poor wrong. We are slightly obscured.
I'm going to let them take that. If they want to spend some more cards and do some interesting things, they can. So, my opponent has more strength than me, and because of the Triss Butterfly spell, I wasn't sure I was going to win.
So when you pass, you kind of concede the...
You don't concede the round. If you're winning and you pass, your opponent can continue playing until they want to pass.
What do you want to
But
do?
every time they pass, every time they play it, every time they make a turn, they have to play a card.
So there's
So
nowhere
they
to go, I just don't want to play this turn, let's see what you do.
Yeah, so in this case, look, I'm now 2 cards ahead of them. So, well, I'm 1 card ahead actually, because of...
Interesting.
So I'm 1 card ahead, which means if they used all of their cards, I would still have 1 thing left to try and swing the match in my favour.
Are
Although
you
semblance of
counting the
card
ones on the
that
board
needs
for
to
that,
be.
or just the ones in your hand?
just the ones in my hand. So this isn't looking great in the slightest.
Why did he have so much stuff on the board at the start?
Because the prize-winning cow has an ability when it's removed from play, it plays the Chort, which is 9 strength. They then used a field medic to pull out the Redanian Knight, and then I think they field medic to something else. So again, this is a deck that's much better refined than the starter deck, and I'm running out of time. Yes.
Long live etc. You one of us or not?
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Charming.
I love some of the things these characters come out with. It's absolutely brilliant.
Finally.
I have a bad feeling that they literally just have a better deck than us, and I don't think we're going to win.
Uh-oh. Trouble approaches.
So the fact they put the siege support on that row suggests to me that they have Commander's Horn in their hand, which is going to, after the patch changed it, prior to this patch, it would have doubled all of the strengths on this row. Now the patch has is now in effect. It adds 5, which is still powerful enough because that's 25 strength that he'll gain immediately from 1 card.
I find in war games you generally do better with the Commander's Horn in your hand.
And the problem is, Epidemic will only kill just that medic. I'm going to medic
What do you want to
my
do?
own stuff out.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Oh, poor infantry. You used to be so much better. Yeah, there's literally no way I can win this game. But we shall play it out for completeness.
Based on what you've told me of school,
My
wouldn't you
studies
buff
are
that to
more
the same
important
height
than
as the...
This.
I don't
I'm
have
going to call it the Chode because I can't remember what it's actually called.
short,
Chord.
but you're close.
Chode will
Yeah. They almost certainly have
Trouble
Commander's Horn.
approaches.
Now,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Trouble approaches.
So that I bet money on that last card being some sort of buff to the entire row or Commander's Horn.
I told you so, you idiot.
I actually might be able to win.
Crush the vermin!
What does the Epidemic card do?
It will destroy all of the weakest units on the board, and I actually have more weak units than him. I have 3 2-strength minions, he has 2.
Oh, that's not.
So that would...
Scorch.
No, that's the that's
The
the
yeah.
other.
I saw the potion. I thought it was,
I called it. Yeah, I literally can't win. But
Close
let's...
ranks!
let's play out everything just to see what would happen.
That made it worse.
Yeah, this deck is shit. But you always send a good game.
So, how many more cards would someone at this level have? I mean, are they going to have swapped out most of it, a little bit of it, just to find things?
It depends on how you've played. So, personally, I've played only a few games every day. So, if you win 6 rounds a day, you're given a card keg. But that doesn't normally give you enough to level up. So I've got quite a few card kegs from leveling, like those daily rewards, but not many from leveling up, so you could have quite a few. Looking at my hand, I really am not sure. Like, this deck is... We'll just keep it and see what happens. So the monsters ability is that they can keep any monsters faction card. They'll choose one at random and it will stay on the board for the next round. So
how do you tell what faction something is?
So it's the banner on the side here. So you see this one's red? That means it's monsters. You see this one here? It's kind of brown. That means it's neutral. So the fact that they played Ancient Foglet means they've probably got fog in the deck. And of course they have fog in the deck. So my best bet is to try to... Well, I can clear skies and kill all of them actually. Is that worth it? Yes, why not? I legitimately don't even know. It stops that from gaining strength. So Ancient Foglet, if it's in fog, it will gain 1 strength every turn. So my opponent has passed, and that is because they know for sure, using their monster's ability, that they will keep that 6 strength on the board. I'm winning, so I'm going to pass as well. I'll lose both things because I don't have abilities such as monsters. Yep, see, there you go. They keep 6 strength on the board, and because they played less cards than me, they have 1 higher card advantage, and because I won the round, I also have to play first. So sometimes it's actually not ideal to play. Luckily, I can stop that using the ballista, which removes 3 strength. That gains any extra strength from being in fog, because that would progressively over the turns gain 1 strength per turn in fog. Right. I can't play any of these because they will just be reduced to 1 strength in the fog.
Trouble approaches.
However, I can use the... So this little symbol here, that is the circle. That means that it can be played on any row. So if I pick this up, that can be played on any row. That means it's agile. Whereas the other ones, like the sword, obviously melee, a bow for ranged, and then these have the trebuchet for the siege row.
Your army looks unbalanced.
Yeah, this is the starter deck, man. Like, it's not great.
I meant more that siege weapons are
Salutations.
I'd quite like something in the front. Just keep an eye on them.
So the reason I buffed only one of the trebuchets was because if my opponent has Scorch, it will only now kill the 11 strength trebuchet, whereas if I'd have buffed both of them, it would have killed both 11 strength ballistas. My apologies. So by using the Kedwani siege support to buff these two, it means that I'll keep more strength if my opponent decides to try and remove it.
That's big.
Yeah, but that's also one of the starter cards. Probably one of the first things you'd want to take out if you started crafting things or whatnot. So I'm assuming my opponent hasn't done too much to their deck. I am going to play an exact copy of this.
Close ranks!
And that's why keeping that one at 8 is useful.
Could you have copied the 8 there?
That would have been another play. Assuming if I'd have thought my opponent had Scorch, copying the 8 would have been a much better play. However, I messed up.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
At what point do you go, well done, you win this turn?
Probably now, to be honest. Almost certainly now.
So you've got 4 cards each in hand still.
The best part is, so Foglets, when the fog is removed and they're on their own board, they will die immediately. So he has a 50-50 chance of having a Foglet as his card that he keeps, which then means it will die. Sadly for us, he keeps his best card, which pretty much means we're fucked. Luckily he has to play first. So the Eredin leader ability is you play Eredin, and Eredin is an 11 strength card that is immune to weather. And he's now weathered the row, so that was 8 and is now 1. And Eredin, being immune to weather, stays at 11. So yeah, we can't win. But I'll
Resistance is futile.
it's
Why is that immune to weather?
It's literally just worth forfeiting. The starter decks are going to take a while to learn.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
So Nilfgaard versus Northern Realms using Emhyr means that they're likely to reveal quite a few of the cards we have in our hand.
Nilfgaard?
Nilfgaard, yeah.
Do they guard the Nilfs?
They-
Or are they a guard made of?
No, they guard the Nilfs, I think.
Yeah. So they
Um,
can look at cards in your hand.
That is that particular leader's ability. The other 2 leaders they have different abilities, but a lot of their cards synergize around revealing your cards or playing spying units. Spying units are units that you put on your opponent's side of the board, so you're giving your opponent strength, but you're gaining a bigger advantage from doing so. We're likely to see an example of that, so I will point it out when it actually happens.
So, let's say there was some character whose main purpose in life was to generate paperwork and stop everyone else from doing things. You could put that on their side of the board.
In a way, yes.
Best give up now!
So the Delrin
Wise choice.
Foot Soldier is basically the equivalent of the Redanian Knight.
My studies are more important than this.
You heard her, Tom. The studies are more important than this. You're not holding Scorch, are you?
No.
So you're not saving the big card up as large for the Scorch?
No. However, he's just Mangonel, which is annoying. Mangonels will deal damage to me every time.
I told you so, you idiot!
A card is revealed on our side of the board.
Patience is not a virtue I
As
am
you
known to have.
just saw. So the little magnifying glass above The unit means that they can be seen by my opponent.
Take it anymore.
Oh, so you know which ones they've seen.
Yes.
That's good.
So we know that my opponent saw the Poor Infantry, the Kedweni Siege Support, and the Blue Stripes Scout.
Hail, Kerzer!
So this is a spy, as indicated by the little eye, and this one, it gives me 2 strength, however it gives my opponent 10 strength to a random minion. Now, I think if we play one of these and we play it here.
What do you want?
Eredin!
I think we give them this, like, we're 1 card ahead.
There's only 1 point in it though. Is there anything you can afford to lose? Like, what's the 3 guy do?
That gives 3 strength to 2 other minions on the board.
So it's kind of a 9.
Yeah.
What's the 4 guy do?
Gives 4 to another minion on the board, so that's kind of an 8. So we should get rid of one of the 7s, is what you're saying.
Alert! To arms!
So, question.
And bleed him of another card at least.
And that's quite a good one for it to lose, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's only 4 in it.
Well, our opponent could use stuff like Combat Engineer or Adrenaline Rush to keep one of his cards on the board, as we saw in the last game. So Nilfgaard's ability is that after they've drawn their cards, they get a chance to redraw one of them, which is pretty strong because it essentially means if you're not happy, you can draw up to 3 cards from your deck in the second round and up to 2 cards in the third round, because each round you draw 1 less card. My opponent won the round, so they go first, so they're already at a kind of a card disadvantage.
Alert! To arms!
I mean, you're really close. Any card you play put you in the lead.
Yep, fuck. This is bad.
Regroup!
This is quite bad now. Alzor's thundering that. I don't think I can win again, funnily enough.
What do you want?
Onward! Attack!
Oh, what the... And I now realise if I'd have played Foltest first on the Blue Stripe Scout, I could have been
Wield my magic as if it were your own.
slightly higher in strength. I can't win.
How much higher in strength would you have been?
Enough to win this round. I'll win it anyway, but now it literally comes down to what 1 card do either of us draw?
And they've got 2 shots at it.
They do. So I've lost. Like, there's no 2 ways around this.
What does the other effect of Clear Skies do?
Well, because I've won as well the round, I have to go first. So
Long live acceptance.
that's the best card I could have pulled out of my deck using Rally. It's a tie! Holy shit! No. Yeah, it's a tie.
Well, they chose to have a card that would force a tie rather than risk it. What do you get for a tie?
You count as a win. So I get 2 cards right, so
That makes sense then, if you go for win.
is that literally the best I can expect from this shitty deck?